Hi everyone, my name is bsquiklehausen, and thanks to Paradox Interactive, I'm here for a third video to talk transit and how you can use it best in your cities in City Skylines. A few previous videos on this channel have focused on different types of transit in your cities, so be sure to watch some Fairlife Milk's video on vanilla and console transit and my previous two videos on low and high capacity transit, all right here on this channel. Links will be in the description for all of them, and they're probably in the top right corner of this video around now as well. For the last part of this transit mini-series, we're going to mostly be talking trains. By default, trains have the largest capacity of any single vehicle in the game, with each holding 240 riders, but with custom trains, that number can get much higher. The downside to all this capacity is the land that trains take up. While you can tunnel under much of your city to avoid knocking down too many buildings, train stations have an enormous footprint, even for just the small one that only serves 2 tracks. This makes it really hard to get really good service coverage with trains alone. Train lines can also share tracks with freight trains and regional trains, and while both of those can have enormous benefits, they can also clog up your rail network, so separate systems or careful planning is essential. Of course, separate systems take up even more space, which makes this disadvantage of trains even more clear. Where trains are most useful though is regional transport. Trains should make limited stops almost entirely beyond the range of your city center and metro network, with each train station at the center of a small, low-capacity transit network to serve the neighborhood that surrounds it. Using the massive, multi-platform train stations from the Mass Transit DLC makes this kind of network even easier, since you can easily make a hub between the different branches of your commuter system, with each service getting its own platform, helping to alleviate train traffic on the lines. The sheer size of them is mitigated somewhat by the number of connections, but it's still a huge piece of infrastructure to design your city around. Commuter trains are great for high-density, transit-oriented development around the stations, but make sure there's at least some sort of noise barrier between the tracks and some people's houses, or it can get too noisy to live close to the station. If your outlying areas aren't really suited for full, high-capacity train service, you can take a lot of these principles and swap the vehicle out for a bus, transforming it into a commuter bus. While sacrificing a lot of capacity compared to trains, a commuter bus has the distinct advantage of being able to make multiple stops both in the town it's coming from and the city it's going to. The best stop layout for this is a short line of 1 to 2 stops in the originating town, and then a couple stops in the destination city as well, with very few or no stops between the two at all. These express buses can use your highway network for movement, or to be more efficient, can use a dedicated road, making them basically teeny tiny little trains that drive around city streets at the ends of their routes. The best way to make sure that an area is set up for regional transit is to build the transit network out first, and then zone higher densities nearest to the station. It's how we built a lot of these towns in real life, and it's very effective for letting people get to where they need to go without a car. With trains or commuter buses serving the furthest reaches of your map, metros and rapid surface transit linking your urban areas, and local buses and trams serving your suburbs, you're very well set up for a transit-focused city with little car use. But these systems don't work well unless they work together. Making sure that you have good, close transfer points between your different systems and different lines is an incredibly effective way of making sure that your transit systems are used. Having a set of separate systems can be just as bad as not having any system built, because when nobody's riding your buses, they just add to the traffic and cost you money. Creating good transit is both an art and a science, and the optimal network and layout can often take the form of many different things. Using the data views and the route query to find out where your sims are coming from and going to can help make sure that you serve them with a transit network that can rival or even exceed what we have in real life. So now that you're a transit expert, I want to thank you all very much for watching these videos. Be sure to subscribe to the City Skylines official channel for more tutorials from all sorts of creators, me included, and if you're interested in transit, come on over to my channel, bsquiklehausen, as well. Thanks again, and happy building!